What is going on, YouTube? And in today's battles, we are doing some Great League battles. We're testing out another PvPer YouTuber's team, Zionic. So very well-known name. Testing out his Altaria, Lanturn, and Tentacreul team. And wow, let's get into these matches because this team freaking actually worked. Little weak to Galarian Stunfisk lead, but you can work your way around that. So, first matchup, they catch the Sky Attack on a Skarmory, so I'm going to swap into my Water Gun Lanturn. If this was Spark, it would be a little better, but you run Water Gun for the Galarian Stunfisk matchups, it's a lot better. Everything that the Skarmory is going to throw is resisted here, so I'm just going to build up to 100 energy and then throw the Surf to KO it. But they actually end up expending a shield, which is completely fine with me. So then I'm just going to go back-to-back shields, or back-to-back surfs, see if they want to go with both shields. And they do. Oh my gosh, that is absolutely amazing. So now we're just going to shield here, farm down. They do throw the next Brave Bird, and back in comes the Swampert. I know I live a Hydro Cannon, so I'm not going to shield this, and my Altaria has a great lead. But so they expend all their energy. So now I'm going to come in with Altaria. They are switch locked. I am not going to throw a single move here. I'm going to farm all the way down and see what their last Pokemon is here. If they ever want to bring it out. It's a freaking Walrein. And oh, I remember this game. I think my opponent just closed down the app. But either way, this game was over with. That Moonblast's going to come in, and then we can just come in with Tentacreul, Acid Spray. And yeah. It's going to be a good game. Would have been a little close if they had the Earthquake, but one Earthquake does not KO Tentacreul. And their Skarmory, or sorry, their Swampert was at really low health. Skarmory was. So 2 poison jabs away, so. Unfortunate for my opponent, he either lagged out or quit. I'm pretty sure he quit, but on to the next match here. Azumarill, very bad lead. I'm going to swap right into my Lanturn. 2 decent answers in the back, actually. And they are very late to swap into Sableye here. So, I'm going to let this move go through. I know we survive a foul play. No problem. And we survive a return. And then I'm going to go... I farm up to the back-to-back surfs, and I'm going to throw the first one. In hindsight, maybe I should have thrown the Thunderbolt here, just to do a little bit more damage. And now my opponent gets off his second foul play. And I want to get off this surf, so I end up shielding this. And I know they're going to shield back, because they want to keep alignment here, but... I want to try to get my Tentacreul on this. What was that, Azumarill? So I think I end up double shielding here, which is quite questionable because I'm very low, but I wanted to keep switch advantage. And we'll see if my opponent wants to actually keep switch too. No, they don't. So back in comes the Azumarill. They're going to get a nice little farm down. But the good thing is here is that Tentacreul resists every single one of Azumarill's moves. And here I make another mistake, and I make this game a lot closer than it should have been. I go for the Acid Spray. If I just would have went for the Scald there, this game would have been a lot sooner. But yeah, so they get to the Poison Fang, and maybe I should have just let them kind of farm me down here. But either way, we get to the Sky Attack, take them out, and my opponent throws right away. But this is fine still. I mean, they do have a shield, but anything they throw is going to be super resisted. As you'll see here, this Play Rough that my opponent throws, look at that, does absolutely no damage. I'm pretty sure an Acid Spray does like almost as much damage to a Azumarill than a Play Rough to a Tentacreul. So with the Acid Spray, we're going to just be able to farm all the way down, and that is going to be a good game. Well played to my opponent there. So hopping into the next matchup, we got Altaria, we got Sableye. Pretty neutral matchup. So my play here is I'm just going to throw the Sky Attack. I'm not going to throw any shields myself up. I want to get shield advantage here in this matchup here. Because with shield advantage, the 2 back Pokemon should be able to put in a lot of work. So I'm no shielding this. If it's a foul play, so be it. If it's a return, so be it. If it is a return, I'm actually going to be able to reach the next Sky Attack before they take us out. But now my opponent is actually forced to throw energy, so we're gonna let that go. I'm gonna come in with Lanturn and commit to the hard farm down. I'm not gonna shield this foul play, just because Lanturn is pretty tanky itself, so it can take that no problem. And in comes a jump pluff. I'm like, dang, switch advantage would have been kind of nice there, but it is what it is. I'm gonna throw the Thunderbolt and then come in with my Tentacreul, and they are not swapping out. So I'm gonna shield this. Energy Ball would do some damage, and I want to keep some health, just because they're not swapping out, and it is a Bastiodon. So I'm really glad that I did not swap out. So we're gonna go with double Scald here. First one does not get the attack drop. Second one, hoping gets the attack drop, and that does not. So I don't want to shield this because I don't want to get energy balled later on. So I'm trying to swap, and we finally get there, and we just fall short of the surf. But this is just a Stone Edge, and Lanturn is pretty tanky. We should be able to live that quite comfortably. Almost farm down. We should have maybe thrown the surf, but now we get to throw the Thunderbolt. This is going to be getting the last shield here, which it does. That is absolutely amazing. And from this range, a Scald should almost KO. So all I have to do here is shield once. I could have farmed up some more energy, but I wasn't quite sure the move count of Fairy Wind. It is a new move. I should definitely be looking that up. That almost KOs, and we're able to Poison Jab all the way down. And my opponent concedes the match. Would have been a little bit closer because, you know, Poison Jabs are double resisted against that Steel typing and the Rock. So, Umbreon lead, pretty neutral. If we can land this Moonblast, that's what we're going to be straight going for. Then this matchup can be flipped. But Umbreon can actually spam out these foul plays really well. And first one comes in. That gets, not gonna no shield that, and they actually catch on a Skarmory. So well played to my opponent, but that's okay. I'm gonna come in with Lanturn here. We're gonna do the same thing that we're gonna do. We're gonna build up a lot of energy here. Let whatever move go through. It's all resisted, so first Sky Attack does absolutely nothing. And they're gonna be get to another one. Oh, actually throw the Thunderbolt right before they get to it. So this should be taking out the Skarmory. And I almost probably could have thrown a Surf there. But either way, we're gonna let this foul play go through. We should be able to live one. Yeah, and we almost will live a second one, but the Snarl damage plus the next foul play is gonna KO us. So we actually get off the Thunderbolt, which is gonna do some more damage on the surface. And I'm hoping maybe we can get to another one, but no. So maybe I was wondering, maybe we should go in for the double Surf there. That probably would have did more damage than the one Thunderbolt. Okay. So they come back in with the Umbreon, and I'm not going to throw any moves here. I'm just going to farm them all the way down. Not going to shield this. Do I shield? Yeah, okay. I do expend a shield here. And, oh, yes. It's a Wigglytuff in the back. And our Tentacreul is going to be going to town here. And all we have to do is Acid Spray and just keep on. But my opponent concedes the match here. So, good game. Well played to my opponent. On to the next one. Okay. Dragonair. I don't really have a solid response to this. And I kind of really misplayed this. Dragonair kind of really threw me off. So, I should be throwing my Sky Attack. But I was thinking, well, maybe I could just Dragon Breath this thing all the way down. No. And I shouldn't have committed the shield. I should have let my Altaria go down, actually. We're at such a low health that whatever they bring in, the Moonblast is not going to completely KO. And I could have used that shield against this Vigoroth. So they shield up the Moonblast, and I bring in Tentacreul here because I know a Bulldoze isn't going to quite KO. And the counters are resisted. So I'm going to get up the Scald. This isn't going to quite KO either, but it's going to put in some work. And in comes a Haunter, and I'm really hoping that I can get to an Acid Spray before, and they actually expend the last shield, but they had a massive farm down, so we have some troubles here. Maybe I can try to catch a move. The switch timer was right about to come in, and now I have to guess when they're gonna throw their next one. They throw out one Shadow Claw. I was gonna try to get to the surf, but they throw one, and the next sludge bomb is gonna take us out. So that is a good game. Very well played by my opponent there. If I would have got the that was a 4-1 set, sorry. But if I would have got the swap there, that would have KO'd. So another good lead actually. They swap into a Sableye. It's actually neutral lead, Nido Queen. So I'm gonna sky attack this thing, and then I decide to stay in for a little bit here. Take a foul play, and then swap into my Lanturn. No, okay, we're just gonna get both shields down then, I guess. We don't even get to the second sky attack here, which is quite unfortunate, but the Dragon Breath damage did put it into a range where we can take a foul play and farm down, and then have loaded energy for whatever wants to come in. We are doing a video here, mister. And in comes a Cofagrigus. Okay, so I'm gonna go straight for the Thunderbolt. Then I'm gonna swap into my Tentacreul, and you know what? I completely forgot that this thing has Psychic. Completely forgot. But no matter. We're gonna now we're forced to shield a Poison Fang, I do believe. Oh my gosh, I don't even shield the Poison Fang. Now we're able to get to the Scald here, and that almost one-shots the Nidoqueen. Left, right, good night. And from here, it's Water Gun versus Shadow Claw. Who has the better move? And my opponent makes a huge mistake. When your opponent has 2 shields left, and you're both at almost the same health, do not throw energy, because then I'm sneaking in a fast move, and that cost him the game. It probably would have been a tie, but I'm not 100% sure. But GG's, well played to my opponent there. Another Nidoqueen lead, and they are staying in this time. So again, my play with Altaria here is just to get shield advantage. Do damage with the Dragon Breaths, and just go straight Sky Attack, just to get shield advantage for the 2 Pokemon in the back. So we do get a shield, but I end up swapping into my Tentacruel here, and my opponent makes a great bait, baiting me with a Poison Fang. It was enough for an Earth Power, so I did respect it. And in comes a Jellicent, and I'm gonna farm up some more energy here. I'm gonna throw an Acid Spray first, and then a Scald. I think maybe 2 Scalds would have did more damage, and then we would have had that chance to debuff their attack. But I decided to throw the Acid Spray and Scald for when I wanted to bring in the next Pokemon, but I don't know if they lagged out there or they let me take their Jellicent out a little more. So, and we were at the next Acid Spray, but we didn't throw it, so that is quite unfortunate here. So I bring in the Altaria. We're not able to farm down, but I'm gonna let this go. I don't want to expend both my shields, so they almost get us, and then I hard swap into my Lanturn. And it's a Scrafty, and so unfortunately they're just going to be able to go straight Power Up Punch here. And they're just going to be able to take this game going straight Power Up Punch. I don't want to shield the Power Up Punch, and there's no way that my Switch Clock timer is going to be able to come back up from this. So, and that Nidoqueen is very, very healthy. So unfortunately it is what it is, and this is actually Purple Kyogre's Ultra League team. I think, yeah, Nidoqueen on the lead, Jellicent and Scrafty in the back, or is Jellicent lead? Something like that. So now I'm forced to shield. I tried to catch, but either way, this game is over. GG's, well played to my opponent there. So now we're gonna be hopping into the next match here. We got Altaria into Jumpluff. We can get shield advantage here and then come in with Tentacruel and farm down. So I think that's the gameplay here. So we're gonna see how much an Acrobatics does. Because they can't throw Energy Ball is resisted, and Acrobatics does a decent amount. And they did what, like 40% of my health here. So now we're able to get to this Sky Attack that does get shielded, which is very nice. And are we able to make it to the next Sky Attack? No, my opponent decides to throw energy, which is fine by me, because now I'm just going to come in with my Tentacruel here and go for a very, very aggressive farm down. They are going to get to a move, but I can shield this no problem. And see what they have in the back here. The good thing is they let us farm all the way down, so we have so much energy coming into this matchup. What do they bring in? It is a Sableye. Oh my gosh, Sableye it is. I'm going to throw the Scald here. I'm going to build up to the Scald and then throw the Acid Spray. Try to get the last shield here. And then come in. We do get the last shield. Come in with Lanturn and just hard farm all the way down. Oh my gosh. And after this, I think my opponent quits the match. Yeah, my opponent wants nothing to do with this matchup here. So hopping into the next match, Altaria Swampert, the dream lead, right where you want to see the Swampert. Honestly, this whole team can take care of Swampert. Out comes a Dragonite. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be able to shield this one and farm all the way down, which is super nice. I mean, we're going to be taking super effective damage ourselves too, but I'm hoping we can get a shield back in return. Probably with the Moonblast or the Sky Attack, depending on what's to come. Oh, it is a Noctowl. So I'm going to throw the Sky Attack here. And then I think I swap into my Lanturn. Yep. And from here, we just kind of let the Lanturn go to town. See what they want to do. My opponent tries to catch a Thunderbolt, but we weren't at the Thunderbolt. We were just at the Surf, which is fine by us. So now we just have to get both shields here, and then our Tentacreul should be able to take care of that Noctowl in the back too. It does have loaded energy. We have to be mindful of that too. So my opponent farmed up a lot of energy, and I can't shield this because they're at the back-to-back. But if I let it go, they're going to be able to farm down, which is not very good. And we're not quite at the Sky Attack either. So now I'm forced to take a Hydro. And then I think my opponent's empty. But I must have lost count. So I end up shielding this just to make sure it was not the Earthquake. It's just the Hydro, which is quite unfortunate. And they were not empty. So they were at the Earthquake for sure. They threw on CMP, which is not good for me either. Because they got that damage off, a Shadow Ball is almost lethal. So I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage here. And now I just have to hope and pray that we survive a Shadow Ball. Do we survive? Oh my gosh. Okay, and we... That was so tight. We get to the Scald. This is going to be taking out the Noctowl. We take that game, a very close game. Very well played to my opponent there. So hopping in, I think this is the final matchup here. Ah, the best lead you've ever seen. They're fetched. Hello. In comes a Hypno. I'm going to stay in and throw a Sky Attack here. Either to do some nice damage or get a shield. And then I'm going to bring in the Lanturn. And this was 5. But I elected not to shield because the Shadow Ball does not KO. Doesn't even do half of our health. 2, and then I'm going to farm up just a little bit more energy. I do end up expending a shield here just in case they have Thunder Punch. It wouldn't quite knock us out, but it's only a nice punch. So then I go 2, 3. I'm at the back-to-back serves. So if my opponent wants to shield this, they're going to have to go down because I'm at the back-to-back here. And that leaves very little farm for this Surfetched. Now I'm able to bring back my Altaria. In comes a Bastiodon. And from here, it's just a pretty straightforward match. I survive a Stone Edge, which is fine. But the downfall is 2 Scalds do not KO. And they're going to be able to farm me down before I reach another Scald. So that is a bad thing. But can I Dragon Breath a Bastiodon all the way down? I'm going to shield the Stone Edge because that would do the most damage. Their switch clock is not quite up yet. It is almost very close to being up. But they actually swap. Oh my gosh, they don't unleash any of Surfetch energy. They swap right onto my Sky Attack. Left, right, good night, Surfetch. We Dragon Breath down the Bastiodon. We get another win. Look at that, another 4-1 win. Wow, this team, thank you, Zionic, because this team put in a lot of work, gained me a lot of ELO. Go try it out. If you haven't checked out Zionic's channel, go check it out. It is absolutely amazing. Yeah, so I hope you are all liking the content. If you are, please hit that like button. Comment if you guys want to see anything in the future. And like always, I will see everybody in the next video.